You're just going to have to read excerpts. So we're looking for my glasses. Like a summer, I just had them. I should tell you that Barney sleeps right under my chair now. So, I mean, I can't just flat out accuse him, but he was there. Now he's gone. There's a piece of broken glasses. I'm no CSI, but I do watch a lot of crime shows. All right, what we're doing this video on is like, I'm sure people like this chick just puts on lipstick. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. We're doing this. We got to do like 3 episodes, and I didn't even upload from yesterday. Stacy's probably wondering what happened. We got to show Stacy our new stove, and because I got the stainless steel stove now, and microwave, we can stick magnets on it. So expect not just a fridge covered with magnets. All right. So what I want to talk about, guys, I want you guys to understand why, and you'll understand this, Stacy, because you're viewing it completely non-biased. The low-level stimulus method isn't modern. Alright, so this is a Tritronics, which again, I should hang on to this because this could probably be in a museum. Except for I'm not the type that, it definitely wouldn't be in like mint condition. Let me show you how it worked. There was a thing on the side. They had an audible click, which did help people. Audible click helped people. Nothing to do with the dog. So I'm not sure. The downside of this, though, would be if you, dropped it, I suppose, it could go off on its own. But, I mean, the fatal flaws. Okay, this was back when Kelly, wasn't completely blind. But on the back, she never can see that good, though. This is how it was, you guys. I mean, this is agonizing. In fact, I think they even gave you, like, this little pin thing. So you could change these two tiny... So freaking help me God. Here's a dental tool. Switches. Oh my God, I know. All right, look, you could change this switch. This either made it Nick or continuous. And keep in mind, Nick was a term that was originally coined. Nick was just coming into play. They finally got a guy smart enough to figure out, yeah, I can make that just how much do you want? A nanosecond? I got you. He wasn't smart enough to make the rheostat dial. Again, remember, I don't even know what that means. But all right, and then what it was high or low. So it was high or low or Nick or continuous. Wow. Can you see where there could be a possible problem here? All right, look how small that is, you guys. Well, yeah, I mean, it is. I don't think I did it with the tool. I remember it was agonizing. And then this was the collar. So I want to say, I don't know, for years and years, I had it memorized wrong because they didn't. It was brown, red, orange, yellow, green, and then they came out with one that was 1/2. Whatever one was, it was 5 levels, or maybe it was 4. I don't know, but I remember I got orange and red mixed up, and for years I told people the wrong thing. Just like that time you were trying to tell me that I put 2 microchips in, but it was confusing. If things are color coded, I don't know why they didn't just put a 1, 2. Am I wrong? There's no standardized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, here, children. The color 1 is the color blue. 2 is the color orange. You know what I mean? There's not whatever it was. They made it up. Are you listening to me, Tritronics? We need to call Dr. Cal Cadmus. Anyway, so this was the collar, and if you said, "Oh my God, that thing is so much bigger than the ones they have now," I'd say, really? But I realize now I actually have forgotten how gruesome that remote was. So say you had it on Nick, and probably even back then I only just used Nick. So you had it on red, so whatever red was. I think red was level 2. I want to say brown was level 1. Green was the hottest one, I think, which absolutely made no sense whatsoever. And then they came out with blue, which was 1/2. But do you see how flawed the thinking was from the beginning? Rather than just and they had pagers at that time. They just couldn't make the bridge. They could not make the bridge that were communicating with the dog. What they were saying is, we've got to harness this son of a gun. He got too much go. We need to get a harness on it. That's what happened. That's why this doesn't apply to pet dogs. That's why this does not apply to pet dogs. They were harnessing a great big bunch of go because they already had several generations of dogs that had been trained with hot collars. The dogs that crumpled under the pressure of the hot collar did not get into breeding programs. Why? Because they didn't get championships. You know, that is why. And when people don't understand collar bloodlines, I tell them, when you have several generations of dogs met a criteria, advertent or inadvertent, what these dogs had that allowed them to think clearly through this really hot stimulus. You know, whether it was tenacity, intelligence, a combination, memory. If you had guys good enough with those crude tools to help this dog understand what you wanted, you got a son of a gun with memory. No, you're not going to have to be burning that dog, so to speak, as Mike Lardy says over and over again. So you do that for several generations, because I see it in my dogs. I can almost predict any of these dogs of mine are going to respond, the labs anyway, to the collar the way I want them to, because all my original dogs were straight field trail stock. Straight field trail stock. And I see where that persists. You know, if anything, you know, the flaw that I've seen in the dogs that I've got is you get these dogs, if they are a tough dog and if they have, the owner has just done everything wrong and the dog just finds them just, honestly, boring as hell. I mean, yeah, some of them you can't even make them stay with these people with continuous on 100. On 100. You've actually got to have that 280. If I said I'm going to go out there right now and push some of these dogs on 100, I could do that. I could do that. I could do it. No, I did it. Oh, we need to use our sound box here. Anyway, let me see what excerpt I want you to read. This is why I want you guys to understand that what they're doing with low-level stimulus isn't modern. It is not evolved. This is 20, what's the date on this book? I'm going to show you how old this book is. This is how old it is. You choose phone, fax, or write us a letter. Email did not exist. Email did not exist. So that's how far, I would assume the internet didn't exist. If it did, it was if these people don't even have email. So if that gives you a frame of reference of how far this did not evolve. Oh, all right, look. Oh, here's a chart that read the thing. Read the thing and say what it says. Blue.
Contact points?
No, where it says blue is number 1. Right here.
You see it?
Right here.
Over here.
That.
Blue, number half.
Oh, okay, blue was 1/2. Okay, see, I was right with that one.
Number 1, brown.
Okay.
Number 2, red. Number 3, orange. Number 4, yellow. Number 5, green.
Okay, so I think what it was for years, I had the yellow and the orange mixed up. I'm sure that's never happened before. They should have, where's that stupid thing? Honey, can you grab it real quick? Just look on there. Maybe there is a number on there. I think I dropped it on the floor.
What is it?
The collar. Yeah. Is there a number on there? Look on that thing. If Summer tells me there was a number on there all these years, I'd go, oh my God.
No. Check out
Again, no one, I'm sorry. It's like they're crippling you from the beginning. Anyway, so this is what it was $200. I mean, I remember it because, and I remember the very first people that bought one, which was that kid Derek, my friend Maureen. If you're watching this, Maureen, I'll add you to my dog training group. They bought one. And I said, they got something here. And these people had a poodle. It was a standard poodle. It was god-awful. God-awful Happy was this thing's name. Apparently it had this puppet thing or something that when I picked it up at their house, they used to pick dogs up. When I drove the dog away, they had given me this puppet thing that it had to have with it, and apparently, according to these people, and I don't think I did this, I threw it out the window as I drove off.
Oh my God.
That's their memory, not mine.
That's funny.
Okay, I want you to read just read correct timing of stimulation. Summer doesn't like me to make her read, but what can we do? I'm blind.
Okay. When you use the companion to stop your dog from doing things he shouldn't, like digging or jumping out.
I don't want, God, that's
blah,
painful.
blah, blah, boring. Yada, yada,
Okay,
yada.
okay, here, no,
Yeah,
read this
the
part,
end.
training, come and heal.
Oh, yeah. Before you start training come with the Tritronics collars, your dog must already know some words that means he should come to you.
Exactly.
He doesn't have to be reliable at responding, but he must at least know you want him to come. Install the variable intensity contact point you selected for your dog in this section.
Keep in mind, this was your only option. You gonna put this on there, and you gonna wait till that thing contracts that dog's muscles enough for it to feel it.
No,
If there is no, keep reading. If there's if you cannot visibly see movement on a collar, the only way they're feeling it is because it's contracting their muscle. It's causing internal movement. That's how they're feeling it. That woman at that Dream Dogs, the one I went on there, that one up in Gainesville, across the board, worst work I've seen. Maybe not as bad as that one Cameron girl, but pretty bad. Terrible. She goes, no, it's not contracting their muscles at the lower level. And I said, yes, it is. If you cannot see visible movement from the box, that's how it's doing it in your body.
So you got to find the dog's sensitivity level.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're still doing today, but go on.
Set the upper rocker switch on the transmitter to the continuous mode. When you first start training your dog with the companion, it's a good idea to have him on a long rope of 30 feet or more. This way you can guide him toward you if he gets confused.
This is exactly how they do it today. This is 20-something years later. Newsflash, I got rid of the long line. Come on.
Training the dog to pay attention to you. Go for a walk with the dog. Wait until he's distracted by sniffling something, then quietly turn and walk away from him. If he looks up and follows you, that's fine. If he doesn't, immediately press the button on your transmitter and call him. As soon as the dog turns toward you, release the button. If you have to, use the rope to help him turn.
Okay, stop. I don't need to hear anymore. Look at the date on this book. This is exactly, I can go right now and find a contemporary video of somebody telling you to do that. And they don't even know who Jim and Phil Dobbs are. I can guarantee you. They've never even, they don't know this work. This is the exact, look in the very front of the book. It should say like copyright or something. Oh, it's Mabel. This is exactly how these people do it. Right back.